Nomo Radio. Nomo Radio, your one-stop shop for a humorous commentary on our pop and subculture.
Hang on, is this even legal?
Every week, we dive deep down into conversations with interesting people about subjects that are either live in pop culture or thrive in subculture. With your hosts,
VX Madsen
and
Ada Mo.
We'll open the doors of perception and shatter your reality. So get ready, get binned, and get...
There's no turning back now. There we go. Welcome to Nomo Radio. I'm your host, VX Madsen. This is Ada Mo. Today we have an awesome program for you. Can you tell us about it?
Well, I'm really excited because we are going to talk about some interesting stuff and some news that just recently came out. I haven't really heard about it. Victor is going to inform me about the new breakthrough in science. What is that?
Well, we all know Elon Musk, the most awesome guy on the planet.
Okay, I don't know about that, but
he is the most awesome guy on the planet.
I thought I was you. Well,
that's nice.
Anyway.
Elon Musk has
I know you're a Musk suck boy, but... I
am a sucker for Elon Musk and everything he's doing. I am complete... Like, if I had a lot of money, I would just invest all of it into Tesla, SpaceX, NeuraLink, which is going to take us to the subject of today. He just, had a conference of NeuraLink, and it was amazing, and I am stoked, frankly.
So what's the concept of this NeuraLink?
Okay, so here we go. Elon Musk has created a brain AI interface. Like, it's a computer that is like being mounted inside your brain. Sounds scary, right? But this will allow for so first of all, he's been talking about this for a while, and we haven't really gotten something that is substantial yet. So we've all been like, oh, can he pull this off? He pulled off sending rockets to Mars, or space or orbit or whatever. And then he comes out and actually presents the thing, the NeuraLink, the link he calls it. And at the presentation, we will link to this in the bio or somewhere. He is demonstrating it on pigs. You have to see it. It's really cool. And he's the pig is so the NeuraLink is somehow connected to the snout of the pig. So when it sniffs the ground, it just beeps. It beeps. It really just flies off the roof, right? Because it's getting so much information just from the snout of the pig, right?
So the NeuraLink is patched in the pig snout.
Sure, brain, pig snout. I don't know how that would work. I guess it would be in brain and snout. Yeah.
But where it's a physical thing, right?
Yes,
how does it look?
Looks like a little coin-sized, maybe a little.
Is it like a microchip?
Yeah. But it's like coin-sized, and then it has wires that will go directly into your brain, and it's so he's there's a robot doing all this, so it would be just. You just get a little piece of your skull removed, and then the wires would,
That sounds really painful.
It sounds painful, but
I guess
it shouldn't.
you would get sedated for that.
Sure, of course. But the main thing is, imagine your phone, but not looking at your phone, and it's connected directly to your brain, and you would be able to be so much faster on your phone, which isn't anywhere near your hands. It's just in your brain.
Right, but it really reminds me of have you seen the lenses in the Black Mirror episode where they have that's kind of what it reminds me of.
Right.
But again, that's why the reason why we have Black Mirror is because of the technology and the dark side of it, right?
Right.
Can you imagine any dark sides of this breakthrough of technology?
Sure, but
what do you do if someone hacks this?
Yeah, that's a valid point. If someone just broke in, but it's kind of okay, what happens if you hack your phone? Would it take control of your whole brain, or does that part just not work and your brain still works?
Did he get into this, Musk?
Did what?
Did it get into like what would happen if something were to, like, how much of the brain does it affect you, and if you were to willingly let someone take control of that link,
right, how
much could they control you?
First of all, he this is like early stages, like super early. There's no AI connected yet. This is just like your phone. Like what he's like trying to do as of now is try to cure, blindness, people with disabilities, like who can't move right and stuff like that.
Right. So this is like a cyborg thing.
Totally. Yeah. It's like, but he wants to take it to a place where this can connect with like the internet, and then you can just expand your mind through eventually uploading your mind to some other person or robot.
Cloud.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That'll be fun in the future, but the thing is that it's invasive. You have to get it surgically inserted into your brain and stuff like that. And that can be a problem. That's like, okay.
Like in America, surgery costs like what?
Totally.
Literally, if you're going to like get operated on your leg, it literally costs you the leg.
Totally, and it's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be really expensive. But and also, like, what do you do if there's an upgrade? Do you just plug this thing in and out of your brain? Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, it's not with the iPhone where you can just give your old one to your little sister.
Right. Yeah. You want my link? No.
Speaking of marketplace stuff, we can sell a marketplace. Well-handedly used NeuraLink for sale.
What's that? Oh, fuck, we're still keeping the joke alive. We're still keeping the joke alive. Oh, fuck. Oh, that's hilarious.
Well,
I thought we were about to go into a segment.
I'm calling it right now. In 10 years, there's going to be NeuraLinks on Marketplace.
Yeah. If it still exists in that form, maybe we won't even use phones like that anymore. Maybe it'll be like, imagine just your eyes, but not having anything in them, but there's so much information just popping up inside your retinas, Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like, so it's like your eyes suddenly become a screen, and then you can, like, everything is done telepathically. So if you want to, like, communicate, send a message or something, you just think of it and send it. But there would be, like, a way so that you can't just, if you're dreaming, you wouldn't just send out shit, right? You would have control, layers of control, and like, it's so exciting. If you have this, you would be able to work so much faster. Like, fucking time. I think if you had 1 or maybe 2, 3, 4 of these implanted at one time, I think you would be able to multitask, like for real multitask, really. You would be able to outsource to yourself, if that makes sense. Like, imagine you could copy your own brain, but then you could have like tasks for the individual brains.
You know what could be really cool? Is if you could, like, pretty much through and through screen and save memories.
Yeah. He's
like,
talking about
that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to do that. It would also make sort of your psychology maybe better in a way. You could rewatch your own situation and be like, well, was I like that in that situation? Because there's I can really imagine how that would be really effective towards me. Yeah. As a person, being always like questioning my own actions and. You would be able to go back to that memory and judge it from a new perspective. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and be like, well, is the memory of this person just completely wrong?
Right.
Or is it just me who had like a younger brain back then and didn't understand the things I didn't do now?
Totally.
And maybe like that will help people get over like hatred and loss and trauma and I can imagine.
But what if we were all connected, so you could not only watch your own memory, but you could watch his memory as well? Like, imagine you are watching your perspective, but then you can just like, okay, I want to hear his perspective. Then you have his whole emotional like life, what led up to this point. Like, let's say it's a guy who broke up with you for selfish reasons. You see his whole life, like his mother not being present in his life, and then just you understand all his actions up until then, and then you have like sympathy And then you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that could be fucking interesting. And that's something that would benefit the world, because that means that everyone could feel everyone's pain, but also feel everyone's love. Like, we would be able to sympathize on a level that is insane. Like, we would be so empathic for fuck.
I guess
I'm
like
getting goosebumps.
yeah, but it's so nice to like philosophy about the outcome of this technology. But I guess that's just my take on it.
Yeah.
Like it would still come as far to the point where people would be like, no, you're not allowed to watch my
Yeah,
like,
totally.
that would be like the biggest rejection ever.
Right.
It's like,
you can't watch my
you can't
memories.
watch mine.
Totally.
Because I just fucking hate you so much.
Yeah. Maybe it's gonna be like that. Yeah. But I also think that that there might. Okay, try to imagine every individual person as a movie, like as a form of content you would consume. So let's say there's a woman. You see her whole life. The woman has grown up in Russia somewhere alone. She moved to the woods, but then you can not only watch what happens, but you also get the emotional aspect of it. Like, you feel her emotions, you smell her reality, you listen to her surroundings. Like, you get such an in-depth fucking experience from a person's life that you've never lived, but you just experience it.
It would take like live streaming to a whole new level.
Totally. Yeah, but it would also be like a way for people to just like, wow, you know, to feel like the life of someone. Like, okay, let's say famous people. Let's say Brad Pitt. You see, like you see him act out his thing, like, but you understand every action he takes because you're in his head, you know, with this NeuraLink. So you are him in that, but you're not. Like, so you would understand every little tick he does with his face, his technique, his like lines, his prep, his stage performance, his persona, his view of himself, his way to talk to the press, like every fucking aspect. Like, you would get such an in-depth, filterless experience of people.
That sounds extreme.
Right. But it's going to be so good.
But it's funny you would say Brad Pitt because he's an actor, right?
Yeah.
So I just started my bachelor in acting.
Nice. Congrats.
And I got my head blown.
Okay.
By our teachers.
Okay.
They are really talented people.
Nice.
With a lot of experience.
Okay.
And one of the things we were doing as like the first day and first like intro task was we were paired up. We'd be standing like 10 meters apart, and then we would walk through the distance to our partner, be like nose tip to nose tip, look them into their eyes, and we were asked to sort of envision an act we would do towards them inside our head while doing like standing in them, but just we're not allowed to do like any sort of facial expressions, any gestures. We're not allowed to touch them. We can just walk up, look them in their eye, and then walk back again.
Okay.
And then the other person would like feel the tension of the other, and like if someone was like telling me before I tried this, I would be like, get the fuck out of here, you can't do that. Like, but I actually did, like, with my partner, when she would do like something evil, I could like, my whole body would like freeze down. Okay. And the whole point of this task was to show, like, as an actor, you have to have the intention within your acting. Like you can't just do your line. No. Do the things you're supposed to do. Totally. And not actually have the intention of the characters. Right. And of course, like, if you're supposed to kill someone, you can't actually kill them. You can't actually be in that intention. But you have to have like the mindset of wanting to. And that's what kind of would be so interesting to this NeuraLink, because like you could get movies with more dimensions than we already have. Like,
oh yeah. It would be so, like, everything now that we have built up until then is not immersive enough. Like, sure, we like movies are, for me, movies are the most powerful immersive media, because it's like visual, sound, and it has a lot of things. Like there's so much in a movie. Like, but I'm also watching it as a movie maker, so I'm like, oh nice. So I get a lot of layers. Like, but when it gets that immersive, like, fuck, dude, we're talking stalkers. Like this, you're gonna get stalkers on a massive level. This is gonna be people who are falling in love with you, who have never met you, but falling in love with you because of you. They know exactly what you feel. They empathize down to the core of your being, and there's nothing like. So there would need to be some sort of protection or some kind of.
But that's funny you would say that, because of course you would have people watching your performance or your head initially.
But this would be people. This wouldn't be. So there would need to be regulations.
They would be looking
somehow.
inside your head and being like, "Oh, you're the perfect one for me. Like we're made for each other."
Yeah.
But then again, like as we have psychologists who are trying to understand the mind, and even though we could map out the brain, that doesn't necessarily mean that we would know what is compatible or what would work or what you're supposed to be happy.
Totally.
Like a person could be like, oh, I'm super happy being the person I am now.
Right.
And another person would be like, I want to be happy. I'll do the same shit that you do. Yeah. And like do all the things you say that makes you happy, and like envisions that on your brain. But that wouldn't work for you.
No, exactly.
So I guess as a stalker, you wouldn't. You
have actually had stalkers, right?
Yes.
Do you want to go into this? Is this going to be dangerous, or are we?
It's a long time now.
Okay, so
like I had several ones on like different levels.
Okay.
I guess the first one was it was a guy who used to go with me in lower secondary grade.
Okay.
And then I quit that school. And I didn't really talk to him for a long time. This wasn't a friend. It was just someone going in my class.
Okay.
And he would just do weird stuff.
Like what?
Like send me weird messages.
Wet?
Weird.
Oh, weird.
And
how?
The reason I would like sort of describe him as a stalker is because he would send like pictures of my. I had my bedroom was on the first, like on the ground floor. Okay. So you could technically, if I didn't have my curtains, you could technically just look straight into my room.
Okay. And
he would take pictures of my window.
Fuck, that's creepy.
Yeah, and I used to have like my curtains up because I like to like watch the road outside, and like I'm very like a person who likes to view stuff from afar and just sort of observe. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. And after that, I never did that because I would have my blinds down all the time because it's just and it's not like. I knew it was my window because I would have this like lights shaped in different like hearts and stars. Okay. And of course I would see those.
So what happened?
Pictures.
Did you call the police? What happened?
No, of course not. Like I didn't deem it as a threat.
Okay.
Because that's the thing, though. Many people like differentiate or think they differentiate stalkers about is that they're a threat to them. But stalkers is still intruding your life. Like even though they're not necessarily as a violent threat to you, they still are entering on premises that is like
what do you
your
think it
private
is?
premises.
Like, do you think it's like an obsession, or is it like is it a form of spying, or what do you think it is?
I get that like it would be interesting to them, but I guess this person was just interested in me. Like, you wouldn't stalk something you were not inherently interested in.
Like as a couple, like as a girlfriend or sex?
Romantically?
Okay.
I think so. That is only my assumption, and I
Right.
can't speak for it. But yeah, I do believe so. Later on, I would have a guy who would just sort of post on my Instagram a lot.
Post like how?
Sorry,
Like,
not post, but like comment on all
okay.
my Instagram posts. This was a person I did not know.
Okay.
And they would send me like so many messages.
Fuck.
Like, how much do you weigh? Have you lost any weight? What is your weight now? What's your measurement? Like, I don't know. They would talk so much about my weight, and I'm like, why do you care? But they wouldn't stop. Like, even though I would send them like, I wrote on their comments, I would comment like, hey, can you please like not ask those kind of questions? Not only for my sake and being, because I struggle a lot by like with eating disorders and my weight. But also for other people reading my comments on my posts, like what would they think? Because he would pointing out and sort of like congratulating me on losing weight.
Shit.
At the point where I was like severely underweight. I can imagine someone else just like being just slightly bigger than me, and that would much likely because I was fucking thin.
That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and just reading that, so I commented on his comment, being like, do you have this effect on people? Actually, I think I DM'd him privately for that one, but
didn't you just block him?
Of course I did.
Okay.
Like after he was just like continuously doing this, but he made other accounts. That's the issue. He made like 3 more accounts that I know of. I feel like he probably have made more, but like so he kept on doing this, and they would always have these old Hollywood stars photos.
Okay.
I think so, at least. I'm not quite sure. And he would just be like super, I think he's like a MGOV. Is that what it's called?
I don't know what that is.
It stands for like men going their own way. It's just this huge misogynistic group of people that is...
Hang on, let me just look that up.
Yeah, let me just tell you about this, because it's bad. They are the type of people who shoot up places because girls don't want to lay with them.
What?
Yeah.
But what do you call it?
MG... men going... MGTO double...
W? Okay,
yeah, W.
Men going their own way.
Yeah, and the whole like premise
Anti-feminist, misogynist, mostly online community advocating for men to separate themselves from women and from society, which they believe has been destroyed by feminism. The community is part of a manosphere, a collection of anti-feminist websites and online communities that also includes the men's rights movement. Incels? What's that?
Yeah, incels was what I was looking for. Incels.
What's that?
I think it stands for involuntary celibate. Something like that. It says involuntary celibate is because it's about guys who can't get laid. Literally, like they're in celibate against their will.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh fuck!
It's bad. And the most scaring part about this one, like at the time this guy started posting or commenting on my posts.
Okay.
That was even before like I was public about my feminist views.
Okay.
That was even like maybe before I even like knew about them myself. Like, so the fact that he would sort of target me as this very young girl, which I was, I think, like at least I was 17, maybe younger.
Fuck.
To do this sort of things, like either it has to be someone who knew me already that was making these like anonymous accounts, or just posting as someone else, which is even more creepy because that means that this person like knows where I live, right?
Yeah.
And it also made me think about the people I knew at that time, because I was in this in high school, first year of high school. I was very line in my class in some sort of way because I moved to a new place,
Right.
and the place I moved to was not even in the same town as my high school was. So even though I started a new high school as a junior, like everyone else did, I didn't know anyone in that town, and I was living in another town.
Okay.
So it wasn't like I could like just hang out with everyone after school.
Okay.
Because I had to take like a 2-hour bus trip every morning, and I would get into this group of boys from another class because they were taking this like electric something.
Boogie?
No, right. Electrical school line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like a train?
No. Like that, they had their class was into like electric and technology, and like that's what they were studying. Sort of. I was doing.
We're talking about transportation. Like.
No, right.
Okay.
This high school had like different sort of courses you could take,
cool.
and I was into the art design, and I was into art. Art, design, and architecture.
Nice.
Right. That's what I was into.
Great.
But no one in my class was like really close to me. I was like, I was friends with everyone, but there was no one I could really hang out with.
But then you got a stalker. Or what?
Yeah, but I can't really like remember when it started. That's the issue, I guess. I haven't really thought about it because, as I said, it's never been like a physical threat for me.
What about? Have you experienced any of this in Denmark here?
In Denmark?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, great.
But then again, I've only been living here for a year, so it's not like if someone wanted to talk to me, they would be quite quick.
Yeah. Just figure, there's a Norwegian here. Yeah.
Right, and there's many of those, so I'm not quite interesting enough, I guess, to get stalkers.
You should be glad not having a stalker. It's great not having one, right?
Yeah, it's like I said, it hasn't been a physical threat to me, but hell yeah, it's been back of my mind,
right?
And like worrying, especially when I had that younger one, and I remember asking my friends about it, like, what should I do? And they were like, bro, don't never talk to that guy ever again. Like, stay the fuck away. And I did.
Is this something that happens to a lot of models, or is this something that just happened to happen to you?
I think as a model, you're more exposed to meet people outside of your like comfort zone and circle.
Right.
You're sort of pushed into working with people who is quite frankly like... Like, some of my favorite part about modeling is working and meeting so many new and interesting people. But this is not like conventional people. And when you have
what do you mean? Like
unconventional, I mean like people who don't work from like 9 to 5 jobs and don't do like
the whole rat race.
Yeah, exactly like that. And they are creative people, and they're like their own thing, and they're not scared of being like different, and that's a good thing.
Right.
But definitely there are some predatorials working in the fashion industry, and it's definitely an industry that is directed and would say protecting these predators. Because that's how it's set up now. It's not for the safety or comfort of the models. It's for the people who can abuse them.
Fuck.
And I've heard so many stories about girls that gets into these situations.
Okay.
Where they have like a model job. And the thing about modeling is you can't never really like say no, because as quick you say no, you're gonna get replaced, right? So you get into this situation you would usually like never say yes to under any other kind of premise. Right. But you find yourself saying yes because you're so scared of what your agent is gonna fucking say if you don't. And the fact that like when I look back at it, because many of the models I knew, especially the young ones, as I was a really young one myself, would bring their parents. I never did that. Okay. Like, I guess I always been really independent, but the fact that I never did that, I'm quite, to be honest, surprised that I never experienced anything worse than I did. Okay. Just because like there were so many times it would just be like me and one other person that I'd never met before, just doing like, yeah, it's just, of course, with an agency they will try and protect you, but
what we also talked about this before. There's no kind of labor union or anything that can actually support or help models, right?
You're right. Now it is one. It's called. I definitely shouldn't remember the name. It's called.
So you're not a part of it, or you are?
No. I'm not anymore.
Okay.
I guess it's more of a. It's more of like a movement, social media thing.
Okay.
So I don't know if they actually have like a union you can join and get like benefits and everything.
Okay.
I should probably read up on this and we can
get back to it sometime.
Yeah, right.
But what do you have any advice for someone who might, have a stalker right now? What should they do? How should they handle it? Because I know like when I've seen videos of girls being stalked, it's like if they've called the police, they can't really do anything until there's an actual crime there. So how would someone go about fixing that?
I guess like, well, in my case, it worked out pretty fine, right?
Okay. Over time, they just disperse?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and I keep on blocking when he makes new accounts. So yeah.
Okay.
But when it comes to advice I'd give is make sure you get everything down, like screenshot everything you receive, take pictures of anything you receive, keep like a sort of diary, not like everyday diary, but like a log, by every instance that might occur. So if something were to happen or it would get more serious, you can like sort of give the investigators some sort of timeline, because that will always be quite helpful.
Right.
But my main advice would actually be like, don't let this control your life.
No.
Like, don't. It's hard to say, because if there's a real threat, like a physical threat, I don't want to downplay it and be like, oh, you shouldn't care about that.
No, it might be an individual cases, and like we don't know the specifics, but blocking might work, right? Just block people everywhere, and just if they create new accounts, just block them as soon as they appear, and keep doing that until eventually they want to stop, right? You fucking I don't know. I can't relate to that mindset. I would actually get more into, because you could always get like people stalker tips, right? But I would actually like speak out to people in general who might become stalkers or might stalk someone now. Let's hear it. Here we go.
Like, respect people's private life. It's I know it might be interesting to know everything about a person, especially like what they're doing, and if you're infatuated by this person, of course, like you're going to be thinking about them, being like, oh, what they do now and stuff. But it always take your time to reflect on your own actions and how they might affect that person. And
don't be creeps, dudes. Don't be creeps.
Yeah, you just said it, man. Just don't be creepy about it. I would say as a finger rule is to if you are in a situation and you're not going to be able to say hi to that person because you see them from a distance,
right? But
like if they were to see you, how would they react? And if they would react badly, then don't do whatever the fuck you're doing, because you are probably going past their boundaries.
Right. It's kind of fun. I actually have a story relating to this where I kind of felt like the stalker, and as soon as I did, I was like, oh, okay, stop this, I thought it's because I'm a hopeless romantic, right? So at some point I saw a cute girl in Føtex.
That's a supermarket.
Yeah, supermarket. And I was like, hey, you look super cute, and I just want to, talk to you. And, I hope you're doing well, and here's my number, and just call me anytime. We wrote a little together, and I was like, maybe a week or a month later or something. I was like, hey, I'm nearby. Can I just come in? And then she didn't answer, and I was like, I just went in there, and then I saw her. Then I saw her she made eye contact, and then she ran, like, walked away. And I was like, I'm gonna go. This is weird now.
Wait, what? Sorry.
So it's like, okay, so maybe it was because I approached her, and she might not have wanted to give her number out, and she was like wanted to be polite. But
I'm sorry, I kind of spaced out.
Okay.
So you gave her your number.
Yeah, I approached her. I gave her my number. I wanted to be cute. I was like, hey, you look nice. Let's talk. And we talked.
Did you get her number as well?
Yeah.
So you exchanged
we had
numbers.
An exchange.
Yeah. But did you know where she lived?
No, I have no idea. No, just
but
only
you saw her.
Yeah. I saw her at work. She worked in fertilization.
Oh, she works there.
Yeah, she works there. So that might have been like, what do you call it? For her, it might not have been that nice that meeting a guy at work, or I don't know. But when I saw her just walking like that, I was like, okay, I'm never gonna talk to this girl again,
Oh, well, I don't think you crossed any lines.
No. But I got that vibe from her. Like, she was, you know what I mean? Like, I think she was like, oh my God, this guy's gonna stalk me forever. I'm like, oh, no. If you're not reciprocating your feelings, I'm gonna fuck off.
But did you actually say hi to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But like, that's my sort of rule, is like, as long as you can't say hi to her, like, if to like reflect would be like, if you was just standing outside and watching her like work for hours. No. That is what I mean by crossing the line.
Right. No. I'm not a lurker. I'm like, I have shit to do. I can't.
Like, that's the thing about stalking. I'm like, who the fuck has time for this anyway?
It's a lot of time you have to dedicate to this. Yeah.
Don't I feel almost honored. No, you shouldn't say that. I shouldn't make that premise. Because some people are actually trying to push that narrative that the victim stalkers are like, that they should be like, have a gratitude for having the attention of someone.
Oh,
which
wow.
is like, what?
That's like, hey, don't complain you're getting raped. At least you get some D.
Yeah, exactly. I think those are like the same kind of people.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, at least
it's funny you would say that about working there, because I work as waitress.
Okay.
And I had several people come to me and give the numbers and trying to get my attention. And
but you can sense like when it's creepy and when it's date kind of, right? Or
I thought I did. But then like I met this guy.
Okay.
And we had some common interests, and these common interests I thought was like good enough reason to sort of get to know each other better, and just like for friendship's sake, of course. And he would start sending me messages a lot. And this was right around the area where we were starting to work on our project, and I was moving and I was working so much.
Shit.
So I really did not, and I told him, there's like, bro, I'm not gonna have like even time to think about meeting you in like 2 weeks time.
Yeah.
But then again, like, he would start sending messages, and at one point he just sent like a picture of his face.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of like the intention of that was. Maybe to make me like remember who he was. But then again, I clearly remembered who he was, and I told him too, like, I remember you.
Is this guy, is he handsome, or is he like pretty, or is he just a normal dude?
He's not bad looking.
Okay.
Like, he's not creepy looking in any kind of way. He's like, he would probably be good looking. He's just not my type, and surprised I have a boyfriend, so it was never that kind of interest for me.
Okay. Did you say that to him?
Yeah, I told him.
Okay.
Actually, like, because I didn't think that was his intention, because he's much older than me, so I just didn't think that was his intention as well.
Okay.
And then he said I was like cute, and then I was like, oh yeah, thank you, but I have a boyfriend, you know. And he was just like, oh yeah, like I get that, I just want to connect with you on a friendship level. But then again, like, he would keep on messaging me. It's just, maybe I'm just overthinking it. But, and I guess
He wanted to have sex with you, for sure. There's no doubt. He would want to put his D in your V.
Thank you for clarifying that for me, Victor. But but that's actually one of the nicer encounters. I've had so many people but that thing with him was like, he warmed up to me.
Okay.
First, right?
So it's like a sleek. It feels like his intentions is this, but then he's like backs out and it's another intention.
Yeah, I guess so. And from what I could remember when I met him,
don't be creeps, guys.
Yeah,
don't be creeps.
Don't be creeps. But when I met him, I think I remember like he was with a woman.
Okay.
Which I just assume was his girlfriend because they really had that vibe, you know.
Okay.
It might just have been date. It might just have been friends. I don't know, but like. I think he actually said like, oh yeah, I gotta go and get the receipt from my girlfriend or something like that when I was working. So I just thought he has a girlfriend. So I never thought that he had that in mind too.
No, okay.
But like as I look back at it now, I'm like, oh yeah, you're probably right. But anyway, but that's one of the most nicer encounters because there's so many people that just think waitresses is just there to serve you every need.
Right. No.
Which they're not. Like I would do.
Well.
Yeah, I would
tip
do.
them.
I would consider myself giving good service. I'm really into giving like everyone a good experience, especially when it comes to food, because I love food.
Nice.
And I want everyone else to enjoy it. And I know myself like how shit everything is when you get bad service. It's so frustrating.
Suddenly the food is just shit too.
Yeah.
It's suddenly hot in there.
Yeah, you don't want to be there.
Right, yeah.
You just want to take your food and go and just get home and watch Netflix. You know? Because like you're in an atmosphere where you don't feel welcome.
Right. God damn it. Well, okay. I want to talk about something. Let me see here. I have a little thing here. Let me see if I got it.
So you have another segment for the show. Sort of. So the people listening to this podcast, they're not going to be able to see what you are holding up. So I guess I will have to explain it for everyone listening.
Okay, hang on. Are we doing a segment now? Are we doing a marketplace segment?
Well,
is that what you think I'm doing now?
Well, I have no idea what you're going to do now. I'm really excited.
Check out this dick pic, no? Oh, fuck. That's great.
It would actually be quite funny to like describe a dick.
Yeah. Oh, like just have like because I found a thread on Reddit, like just a dick pics, and I was like, oh, let's judge a dick. That could be a cool segment.
I have never gotten a dick pic.
Never.
No.
I have even gotten a dick pic from a dude, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Pic. I don't know. I never got a dick pic.
But would you want one?
Of course.
Here's her Snapchat.
From the right people.
Okay.
From the right people.
Because I'm like, hey, just put her Snapchat down there. No.
I've asked for dick pics.
You have?
Yeah, many times.
And they wouldn't want, like, they didn't want to send one, or?
Oh, no, I have gotten dick pics. It's just in relationships. Does that count?
Yeah, I would say that counts.
Yeah, but for the people who ask for dick pics outside of the... Well, the thing is, like, I would always ask her in a kind of, like, ironic way, so in case I would get rejected, like, I would be just like, oh, yeah, I was just joking.
Okay.
So, and that wouldn't happen every time, so, you know.
I have never sent a dick pic, and I'm never going to.
I have never sent a pussy pic.
Okay. Have you sent a tit pic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Many? But then again, like, tit pics...
What about an ass pic?
No, but I never generally take pictures. I feel like everyone takes pictures of their ass nowadays, but I'd never do that. I never do the twist.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, with the big bob, big butt and big
yeah,
breast,
big butt twist so you can see the sort of face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to stand up.
I don't do that shit.
I need to stand up.
Are your testicles falling asleep?
You know what time it is.
It's testicle falling asleep time. We need to do like shorter episodes just in order to get your testicles.
It's like a combination of me. If it's my butt falling asleep, it's these chairs are just made in hell, and I don't know. You know,
They actually do kind of give a little bit that made in hell vibe.
it's like pointy here,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, if you want to sit badly, just sit on these chairs.
It's the devil's throne.
It's the devil's work. No, but yeah, and I've never sent a dick pic, and I don't want to, because I think I'm gonna be famous, and you don't want a famous dick pic somewhere, right? You don't want that.
Oh yeah, that's the
Right?
thing though, yeah.
Fuck, dude, floating a dick pic around. That would come back to haunt me somehow. Like, here's his penis. It's a nice penis. It's a
But
nice.
I think it's fun.
It's fun.
Yeah, dick pics are
For
fun.
who?
For me.
Yeah, for you.
I enjoy watching penises.
Okay.
I watch watching vaginas too.
Okay.
I just think it's quite, because it's been such like a, especially like with vulvas.
Mm-hmm.
It's a more scientifically correct word for it.
Are we talking about Volvos or vulvas?
I like both, but vulvas,
Like the car brand?
like the pussy. And
That's gonna be a clip. That's gonna be such a great clip.
right. Speaking about vulvas,
Oh, that's
so
great.
I enjoy watching vulvas.
Okay.
And the reason I think is for this is because the only vulvas you see in porn are so like neat and small and
Yeah.
bleached, and like it's
Right.
it's just, you think that all of them look like that, but like when you really like see all the different variations, you just get so mind blown.
Right,
Like,
right.
oh my god, the human body is amazing. How
Yes.
many like variations it comes in.
Yeah.
And it's the same with dick pics.
Yeah.
There's so many different dicks out there.
Totally.
And I got the best one.
That's nice. Shout out to.
It's funny because I actually asked him yesterday if I should do it, and he was like, no. And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do it.
This is gonna be so good. No,
No
Okay.
one knows what I'm talking about.
No, we don't know his name. Like,
Yeah, okay.
But it's fun.
Moving on.
I don't know where to move on from or to, man.
Yeah, are your testicles better?
My testicles are better, yes. They just need a little bit of blood, and that's it. They can go a whole week like that. Okay, that's weird.
Well, going on to a completely another.
Yes, here we go.
In pop culture news,
Okay.
I'm asking you, mate.
Oh fuck! I only, I only had like that movie I wanted to talk about, but you didn't see half or mid.
Yeah, I fall asleep
Is it
quite
okay
easily.
if we talk about it now and then you can watch it afterwards and like come back with notes?
No, because I know you, and you spoil everything, mate.
I spoil everything.
You just don't. You don't even mean to. You just say it.
Yeah,
and
but
then
I'm
it's
so
like,
passionate about it.
I know that's the issue, and so you have to wait for that one, mate.
Okay.
But
Is there another movie you've seen we can talk about? Because there's a
No,
slight
but-
chance that I've watched it.
I have to change the tone for this one.
Okay. Like up or down?
Down. 'Cause
Shit.
speaking about pop culture news,
Okay.
a famous actor recently died,
The guy from
Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick.
and that's really sad.
That's sad. Yeah.
I was so pumped for the Black Panther 2
Right.
coming out in a year.
Did they film the whole thing?
Yeah. No, they
No,
did not.
Were they in production? Like, were they filming while he died?
I'm not actually sure, but I knew he has been struggling with this cancer for a long time.
Right.
So I guess like if you're sick, you're not gonna film anything. That takes a lot, especially like a superhero movie like that. Takes a lot. Like
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Like it makes me really respect his work so much more, because
Right.
he must have been like this enormous pain and struggle with these health issues.
Not only is he doing God's work, He's also have cancer while doing it.
Yeah. And
Can we say actors are doing the God's work? I don't even know if that's.
well,
but,
God's work can be described by many different people in many different ways.
right, because isn't that a sentence used for priests?
Yeah, I'm doing
I think-
God's work.
Yeah, that's a priest doing something? I don't know.
Well, like,
Can some Americans listening to this confirm or deny that?
I guess Americans are the only true Christians in the world.
Yeah. I'm doing the Lord's work out here.
Well, I don't know much about the Lord's work.
Are you religious yourself?
I did read the Bible when I was 11 because
Okay.
I had a very religious best friend back then, and
Okay.
I really wanted to argument against all her bullshit.
Nice.
I am really sorry. I probably shouldn't. I'm kind of scared of being too open about my
No,
beliefs.
fucking come. Let's. This is a safe place. Like, we should be able to be ourselves to such an extent that it bothers people.
Well, I've grown up with very non-religious people,
Okay.
and my parents. My mom is a Buddhist.
Okay.
She had a Buddhist wedding.
Nice.
I have grown up with. You know what au pair is?
Au pair? Like,
Au pairs?
is it like people cleaning your house that lives there?
Well, they're supposed to travel to another country and live with a family and like help out with the kids.
Okay, so
they
we're
will
talking
learn
about the same
different
thing.
cultures. Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, they are initially housekeepers. That's
Okay.
what people use them for. They're not initially what they are supposed to be, but yeah, people do use them for
okay.
that. We got help with the house work.
Okay.
But then again, we were like known for treating our better than anyone. I'm not even joking. Other au pairs would come to my mom and dad's house to chill out there because they were not comfortable in their own homes.
Shit. Can't
Yeah.
they just switch homes? Can't they just switch homes?
Well, it's a long process, and if with many things, it doesn't get like as bad in the start, you know. So you stay with the family, maybe stay there for a couple of months, and then there's like more things happen. Like I remember because I would always get really close with my pairs, and they would tell stories from their friends. It was always au pairs, and tell them what they were experiencing. And like there were some people who were like marking how much toilet paper they were allowed
What?
to use, and like they didn't even like have their own room. They had to sleep with the children, and that's just
Fuck.
so weird. At our
Yeah.
place, they always had their own like room and space, so
Right, right.
they didn't have to. Yeah, so
fuck.
like it's, and also like they're supposed to have days off because it's hard work.
Yeah.
Like kids is hard work. That's why I'm not gonna have kids because
Right,
it's
right.
fucking a job on itself.
Yeah.
So they would get like days off, but then again, like some families wouldn't even give them the day off they were supposed to. Do. I can't even remember what we were talking about in the first
We were talking about a Buddhist wedding, and then
right. What I was going to say is like most of these au pairs we would have. I think we had like 7.
Wow. At one
Um,
time?
No. We're four,
That's a large
we're
house.
4 girls, so no, never at one time. But like
Okay.
as we grew up, and many of them were from Thailand
Okay.
or other Buddhist countries.
Nice.
So you would generally learn a lot about Buddhism through that, and I do actually enjoy that religion quite a lot because of its sort of handling of nature,
Okay.
and the whole like circle of life. And if you notice, Buddhism has a completely different handling of nature. In Christianity, like animals is below you because they don't have a soul,
Yeah.
and
Hey,
nature is
hang
theirs.
on. Does animals not have souls?
Yeah, in Christianity they don't.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Can I
Well-
kick up? Okay, maybe.
Yeah, you say whatever you
No,
want to
no,
say.
no.
Like
We don't
like you
wanna
said, this is a safe space.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh
I
my
think
God.
you can enjoy any religion
Yeah,
to a point.
Right.
But all like when it comes to like, let's just say the top 3 ones.
Okay, it all comes down to extremism, right?
Yeah.
If you're extreme with it, any religion's gonna be fucking shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is, for me, is like religion shouldn't even be in politics.
Right.
Because I personally don't believe, and please don't make a controversy about this, but I wouldn't say there's much different to...
Separate the church and state!
Yeah, and I don't think there's much different for someone believing in a god and a schizophrenic people.
Yeah.
That is so controversial to say, because people are like, you have to respect religion, but like, to me, you blabbering as somebody about these stories you experience for your religion or like whether is no different from someone else talking to me about like flying spaghetti monster or something like that.
You're not far off. I want to hear your take. Is there a correlation between the extremism of religious people and stupidity? Can you confirm or deny that?
Well, then you would have to describe what stupidity is.
Really
stupid
dumb
is what
people.
Stupid is. That's a...
Right. Stupid is, yeah.
Then again, like I of course, like freedom of religion. As
Right.
I would say, as long as it doesn't affect anyone else but you. So I'm totally against circumcision.
Me too.
Like that's just what do you call it?
Circumcision.
Yeah, but what do you call it when you mutilate? Is the word I'm looking for?
Yeah.
That's a mutilation of an organ.
Totally, yeah.
Of a sexual organ.
Yeah.
That it has no like health benefits.
It's horrifying. They do this in America still. Like,
and they do it to children, like babies.
Newborns. Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so fucking... Imagine being in such a safe space as your mom's stomach, then being pulled out of that safe space, like really, it's all like really fucking...
And cut a part of
and
your
then
penis
fucking
off.
your penis is mutilated from the get-go, man. Fuck that. Oh my goodness, shit.
And they have that, they have like some religion even have that on girls too. Which is just even way worse because
my goodness,
they
fuck that.
cut off like vital things and
shit, fuck. I can't have that
so
image.
anything that like that, and basically any religion who's against sort of like gay pride and all of that,
fuck.
it's just so unnecessary.
This is what we're talking about. We're talking about if your religion suppresses other people's freedom, then fuck you, regardless of what religion you have. If your belief is that homosexuals or transgenders or blacks or whatever can't do their shit, fuck you, dude. Fuck you.
But then again, like I totally respect the wanting of worshipping and all of that. Like
that's something totally else. We're talking about extremism here, any form. Like also like people who are extreme with aliens. Like fuck off. You know, it doesn't matter what you believe in if you're extreme with it, and if you impose your view on someone else. Fuck off.
I guess you can have extreme views. You're just not allowed to post them on someone else.
Right. Everyone should just accept everyone.
And like you're not like that includes me and you and everyone. Everyone
totally
has to be can be criticized.
I have a problem with anyone wanting to impose their views on me, regardless if it's political, religious, sexual. I just fucking
but
don't.
Do you mean like force them on you, or
yeah? People trying to convince me they're right and I'm wrong. That's a problem. Like I don't even want to start the discussion. I just want to be able to do my own thing, and then you do your own thing. And then we separate and we never talk again, you know?
But wouldn't you be open to have like a discussion about something you might not know as much about?
Oh, totally. That's something else. That's information on the subject. But when they're trying to convince me that their way is the better way, then I'm backing off. Like I'm willing to get as much information as anyone on anything, but the fact that they're trying to like, you know, and I'm guilty of it too, you know, like my way isn't the right way for everyone. Like I'm doing my shit because that works for me, right? But and it comes down to individuality, man. If you're not an individual who thinks individually, like fuck, dude, man, you know.
I think that's one of the biggest thing I learned through life growing up is that everything is relative.
Yeah.
You can never be sure about anything, really.
No. Like reality is not this. Reality is in here. Like it's only your reality. But then we all coexist in like a common reality or something. But we all have our own lenses on, so we experience everything so like
and we can be like, let's just say like you are filming reality.
Yeah.
And you watch that clip.
Yeah.
And it's the same clip, like rewinding, and we both can be watching it.
Everyone would view that clip totally different.
Exactly.
From their own emotional past or whatever. Yeah, so fucking...
That is so weird to think about. Wild. Yeah.
But also, we're all the same.
The same entity.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It would be so funny if we're just at one point discovers that it's just someone playing Sims.
Oh, fuck.
Which is all Sims.
It might kind of be like that, but I don't know. But it's a fun discussion for the next time. We're actually up for time. Like, now is 1 hour. And I hope you've enjoyed our little talk here. I've certainly enjoyed your company, Ada. And we will be we will be back next time in episode 3.
Nice outro.
Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Use condoms.
And
use face masks the correct way. That requires on both items.
Yeah. And sometimes you just want to stroke a cat. Cue the outro!
Thanks for tuning in to Nomo Radio. Go follow us on social media at Nomo Radio for the latest news and updates. And remember to follow your host at VX Madsen and Ada.mo. You can find all the episodes on the official website at www.nomoradio.com.